Hey, it's Naila, and this is Girl, What You Reading? And today I want to talk about Lula Dean's Little Library of Banned Books by Kirsten Miller. So let's talk about it. It's warm and cozy day here at the school that I work at. Can't say the name. So we're here, and I wanted to discuss Lula Dean's Little Library of Banned Books by Kirsten Miller. This book right here, right there. Great. I wanted to talk about it today because I am actually doing a challenge where I am reading 25 books, books that people like you have recommended to me. So I am doing that challenge, and with those books that people have recommended to me, I am then reviewing them. And so this one was one of those books. So you guys are going to get at least 25 reviews from me this year. Back on it, y'all. I'm back on it. So, Lula Dean's Little Library of Banned Books by Kirsten Miller. Again, let's talk about it. So, I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the story. I found it very entertaining. I read it in one day. It's about a small town in the country where they have a bunch of banned books, and they have these banned books because they're kind of Bible Belt. So they really believe in, gay's not okay. They believe in, all that backwards thinking that we believe once upon a time. I'm not going to say we because, but that people thought once upon a time. They are still very much so stuck in those times. And that's kind of what my problem is with the book, is that she kind of stresses that a little bit too much for me, where it makes it seem like small town country people only think this way, and there's only a few people who live in those towns that might think more liberally. And she kind of like hammers that point in, hammers it home. Like at some points I was like, I get it. Like you are very much so right wing in this story. I don't think that the author is. I think that because the author is more liberal, probably, I'm not sure, but because she may be more liberal, that she wanted to hammer home how stupid it was, for lack of a better word, how stupid it is to think more right wing. The most right wing person winds up changing their stance on the situation. I feel like this book was very much so a piece of propaganda, to be honest. I am a more liberal person. However, at some point you're like, I get it, okay? You don't have to hammer it in. And I felt like that was very much so what was being done in this book. Now, did I enjoy the story? Did I find the story very entertaining? I definitely did. It's about this lady who is very right-wing conservative, and she has made it a point to ban books that she felt did not fit her agenda. And so someone from the town came and switched the covers of the books. So when people pick up a book, they think that they're reading about one thing, and then it winds up being a completely different book. And it's about how all of that affects the small town that they live in. Everybody knows everybody type of town. And things have happened in the past that come back to the future. Like there's a lot in this book that I feel don't necessarily need to be in the book either. And yet, even with all that being said, I still gave this book 4.5 stars because the writing was very entertaining. It still kept me engaged. It still kept me entertained. I still enjoyed the book for what it was. I just do feel like it was a big propaganda piece, so you have to be careful with what you're reading, even with in reading the book. That is about being careful about what you're reading. So that's very interesting to me. I feel like that's very interesting to me how the author did make that happen, so to speak. So yeah, so I gave it 4.5 stars, and I do recommend the book. I think it's a good book to pick up. I think that it will have you thinking about things that maybe you hadn't thought about. But I also feel like it's definitely a piece of propaganda that you have to be careful in reading it. Just like anything else, you have to be careful in reading and picking up. So, but did I enjoy the book? I definitely did. Do I recommend the book? I definitely do. I just think that you have to be careful when reading it. So that is my review of Lula Dean's Little Library of Banned Books by Kirsten Miller. Again, I am Naila, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.